welcome to MUVA Says in support of Black performing artists. That mother, that's me, that's my sister. Welcome. My guest is Sema. She
Yay.
is I would say she's an empowerment coach for the little girls. She's a cheerleader. She's a gymnast. We went to dance conservatory together. She's a photographer, even though maybe she don't claim that no more. But
Those were the days.
We gotta talk about it. We're gonna talk about it all, or as much as we can in about 30 minutes.
Yeah, right.
I'm so excited to have you here because you are, I think, someone that has you've been through here all the ages and stages, and really, this is about you. I want to hear about you and your experience too. Being in the space of being somebody that shares their body as their craft, as their art, as their means of making money, of moving through the world. And so let's start. Introduce yourself. Tell us what you do, where you work. Who's your baby?
Hello, everyone. My name is Sema. I live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And I love it here. I am a competitive all-star cheerleading coach, and I've been in this industry, oh my, for a really long time. I was an athlete, immediately coach. So it's kind of been, 20 plus years. And my baby is Miss Vivian. Miss Vivi. Miss Vivian. Miss Vivi McIntyre. Oh, we love you too, Ryan.
Love you, Ryan.
And I definitely got into coaching just because of the way that it impacted me personally, the way that it made me feel, and I wanted to be a leader. I wanted to be
you are a
continue.
natural born leader.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wanted to be, the psychological aspect of sports really has shaped me. So I just want to make sure that I do it because I'm giving back in that essence.
Yeah.
So
definitely
I'm a mentor to a lot of people.
Yeah.
And a lot of young girls and some young boys. We have some young boys at our gym as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm a role model.
Yes. You always have been. Sema's one of those magnetic people that gravitates, is a magnetic force. People just gravitate to you and look up to you, love to laugh with you. And I think people just can take so much from you because you just have that kind of a generous heart. And that's why you're so successful at what you do.
Thank you.
I would say my next question would be, what would you say is your unique creative gift that you can distill from your 15 years of dance training into cheer, dance as a sport, as a body mover, as a channel, as a vessel, as a mother, artist, human?
My creative gift would be honestly creating a safe space for people. I never really thought long and hard about that one, because what is a gift, first of all, and what do people gravitate towards the most about me?
What is it?
And
a gift? What do you think when you think about
it's my empathy. That's what it is. Like my willingness, understanding, and wanting to understand people on another level, no matter what the age, specifically, young girls, because that's the demographic that I work with. And it's just important to me that, we keep that army going.
Who run the world?
So that's really, that's really what it is.
Yeah.
And in that, it's been, so many times people have said, the space is safe.
Yeah.
So, that's why they choose to, they want to be on my teams.
Yeah.
They want me for private lessons.
Yeah.
I'm safe.
Cool. Yeah. That's beautiful.
So, and that's a gift.
Yeah.
And that is a gift, because not everybody is like that.
Yeah.
And not everybody can do that.
And I think a unique thing I want to add to it too is your ability to acknowledge and give yourself the gift of recognizing and not playing small in that role.
Yeah.
You take up that space. You take up space unapologetically in a way that also I think makes people safe, because you're saying, here I am, here we are, here you are, let's get it. In a way, and that's where the humor and the joy, I think, comes from too, in my perspective, seeing you in space. So let's move on to the next question.
Okay.
I think coming through the lens of how you see yourself distilling your creativity, disseminating that energy in your field, who would you say is the most influential maternal figure in your life?
I mean, there's so many.
Right.
There really are. There are so many.
So list like 5.
Obviously, mom. Duh.
Yeah, obviously.
Just because moms be momming. Period. Yeah. I mean, you already know that. I tell you all the time, you were the mom I never wanted. The mom I never wanted.
I am,
but needed. I mean, that's why we're here, and I love you so. I know. And little Nani, yes, no, and I love it. You know that. And my the coaches in my life, and my friendships, and I'll go into that briefly. But I really felt like my creativity blossomed while I was at Point Park. Obviously, got there, did that, done that. But I had amazing professors that really were just like, girl, do you, and you better, first of all, it's a little too chaotic, tone it down, and you will be coming to my classes. And if you don't, I'm gonna find you. Right. It's Pittsburgh.
Right.
And you don't want to be embarrassed in front of your classmates, because you're in college now. Folks are reading you, and they don't give a fuck what your parents have to say. So being read a couple of times from my professors, and just honestly having them really remind me that I'm good at what I do. And I can be anything, and they gave me space for that. And most of those professors were female. Miss Jody, she didn't play around with me at all. Smoking them cigarettes, she didn't play around with me. On the side, like, girl, you ain't skipping my classes. I was like, Pearl Ann, Jill, Miss Judith, like those were some, Kiki when she came to the summer intensives. Those were some strong ladies. And then in that, having deep female relationships. My friend, majority of my friends are also moms. And we mother together because we grew up together. Like, I don't really know how to explain that, but it's we're just so very close, and that has a huge impact. I mean, honestly, just women in general, I am empowered. I feel rejuvenated, like just having strong relationships, healthy relationships with other women. Like that's the maternal, like that's it. That's the maternal inspiration.
So you're looking for it in the collective. You see, it's not looking for it, but you're experiencing it from the collective.
And
I
am. And Beyonce. Miss Beyonce. And
Beyonce.
Beyonce.
Yeah, it is a renaissance. Out here.
Seriously. And any Black female artists that, you know, I felt like we were forced to listen to as children, but now I'm like, that wasn't forced. That was literally the vibe.
That was
And
the
that was literally
university.
the
That was
moment. And that was the lesson. And that was the
maternal
learning.
university.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
So,
I would definitely agree. I mean, we definitely, I think, grew up also in an era when pop was like such a like iconic performers were
yeah.
at the forefront of like everything that was being fed to us from TV,
Yeah.
radio, even dance classes. So we, you know, that era of being what like we're millennials, but like
Yeah.
on the cusp of something of the new era with the Gen Z stuff with the internet and everything, which makes me think of like the J-Lo "If You Have My Love" music video, like all like how much we watched music
Yeah.
videos, watched those women who have now
Yes.
become
I mean,
like multiple streams of income,
yes.
millionaire,
Yes. Yes.
billionaire, powerhouse moms.
Yes. And having, you know, a lot of my, you know, if I'm looking up to stardom, which I
Right.
really don't, but
Samesies.
like a lot of, you know, that pop inspiration, those are like women of color, ma'am. Like,
We
let's
are the
go.
culture.
Let's go. Like celebrate it all. And I see them and it's, you know, that's also inspirational. But
It's definitely not limited to pop. That's for
yeah.
sure.
And then lastly, I would say Babane.
Yeah.
Like
Our dad's
you know,
mom. Yeah.
And yeah, just the grandmother figures in our life definitely pull some inspiration from them. I mean, I feel like
what's a story you can tell me that like stays in your like or replays in your mind?
well, two. So one for Granny Steen and then one for Vivane. So the one for Granny Steen, just my memories that I have from her are the summers that we spent in Michigan, and putting just such a lackadaisical, all right, kids, come on, we doing this. And you hungry? Then this is what I got. You can make it, and just put in hot dogs and what was
Lunchables.
that? Lunchables and all of that fun stuff. And getting my favorite blanket, my blanket. I have a blanket, guys, and it's been in my life for a really long time, and it's this frail piece. Like, it's boxed away nicely, but it's still in my home. But anyways, I got that blanket in my Granny Steen and Papa Herbert's basement. And I looked at her, I was like, can I take this home? And she's like, yes, you can take that home. So just having those memories. And then with Babani, just cooking, making barrettes. Those are my favorite memories. And I feel like I am Chef Seamus and so creative in the kitchen because, well, first of all, mom and dad, they be chefing. So we have that. But just, you know, when they say season and you make recipes and based on what your ancestors, like that is real because I channel. Definitely.
Yeah.
So
it's a way, I think, to be with that energy, to feel close to when you're cooking ancestral ways. And even if you're not, like sometimes, even if I'm not making something that she or mom would make, just, you know, kind of being in that energy. Yeah. So I think you would maybe say that part of your creative expression is definitely channeled through your cooking and your share, your feeding, and the way that you feed the people around you metaphorically and literally.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes, for real. Okay. You do.
So when you were pregnant with Vivian, do you remember how you maybe channeled that creativity if you like couldn't really move or dance, you know, was there another way besides like cooking or like being around people?
I did a lot of sleeping.
Yeah.
A lot of
You're
sleeping,
growing
a lot
the
of
whole human. You gotta be
a lot of stretching, and honestly, like coaching. I never stopped coaching. I did that. I was traveling for
yeah,
competitions,
yeah,
choreography,
yeah.
both for the high school and all stars. Like, you know, I never really stopped doing that. Like, but if I was at home and it was a day where, you know, not really doing anything,
Yeah.
um,
But
sleep.
that's plenty. You are doing something. You're resting.
Yes,
And that is
resting.
when
Very
I
true.
like I remember being pregnant and like sitting down and just closing my eyes and being like, I'm resting now. And I
Yes.
feel my body like
Yes. And normally when I was doing that, Vivi was tap dancing inside of me. So we had opposite schedules. She was
yeah.
definitely she was a night baby while she
Mm,
was in my belly.
mm.
She was most active in the nighttime. Which is funny because she's most active right now in the
Yeah.
nighttime.
Is she?
She is, yeah, absolutely.
So what's it
Um,
like nowadays? Like I know you're one of the moms that like you bring her with you
Yeah,
everywhere you go.
she's a gym kid. She is
Kid.
born and raised in the gym. I had Vivian, and I went back to work maybe 6 months, maybe a little bit earlier
I was
because
gonna say,
I wish I didn't though. I really wish I didn't, but I did.
well,
I should have taken more
why do you
time.
wish you didn't go back to work?
Because I wasn't ready to.
Oh, okay.
I wanted, I wanted more time just to be adjusted to my new life.
Yeah.
And I had my own business at the time too. So that,
Yeah. Yeah.
that pressure of just, okay, well, you can't really take a break. You need to get back in the
That's
gym.
society.
Yeah, it
Definitely.
is. It is. But luckily, it wasn't going back to something that I didn't love.
Yeah.
It was going back to something that is everything to
And
me. Um,
possibly in that space, you were given the grace to move at the pace.
oh
And
yeah, no,
good for you.
absolutely.
You weren't
Absolutely.
there doing friggin' high.
No,
You were in there doing
I
what
was
you could.
there doing what I could,
Yeah.
and receiving so much help,
Yeah.
because the community, again, fostering that relationship with those moms,
Yeah. Yeah.
was, super important to me. But yeah, Vivi a gym baby.
Yeah.
She goes with me to competitions. Well, she's also an athlete now too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So she goes as, my little sidekick, and then she goes as, an athlete, and I get to be a dance mom, and it's the best. It is
So
the best.
what about you and Vivian, like in your own free time? Are there like games that you guys play that you made up, songs you sing that you made up,
Girl,
ways that you
we have our
channel your creativity together?
yes.
Of that?
Well, we allow, obviously we want to make sure that our home is a safe space for Vivian. So we allow her to express herself creatively, however she pleases, as long as she ain't, making too much of a mess. Um, so there's a lot of obstacle courses. There's a lot of uh, tumble mats. There's a lot of cartwheeling. There's a lot of sonic dive
Oh yeah,
rolls.
the Sonic run.
Yes,
I
sonic
can't.
running into dive rolls is now her new thing. She's learning how, I mean, I do private lessons with her. I'm trying to get her to go to one of the other coaches though,
Right.
because
Right.
she listens, but it's,
Yeah.
she don't want to listen to me, and I don't want to have to, I'm not, when we're at the gym and it's, we're there for work, I'm not
Right.
mom, I'm coach. And she,
Mhm.
some days she's a vibe with that, and some days she's not a vibe with that. So, but for the most part, you know, she wants to, you know, practice at home. So we do a lot of that. We do make it a fun game, you know, with the obstacle course. Like, let's play the floor is lava, and you got to do like a forward roll to get to the other pillow, or you got to do a leap, land in arabesque.
I love that. I love that.
But she doesn't. But we did that as kids.
We
You
did.
know, mom didn't set it up for us, but like Yumi and Karamay and Salah, like we said, you know, Legends of the Hidden Temple, but make it more creative.
Right.
So, you know, I do those with her, but I make it towards, you know, what she's doing right now, you know, which is dancing and tumbling.
My next question has to do, I want to go back a little bit to something you were saying. And I think this is an important area that I'm thinking a lot about, that I think is important to talk about, is like that space where like you need to be in mommy mode, or you are in mommy mode, or being seen as mommy mode, coach, artist, performer mode, and like how those worlds kind of like rub up against each other. Like for me, you know, I'm very new in the game, so I want to hear you talk about that just a little bit more, about like transitioning, like how you shift your energy, how you kind of carry yourself when you're switching between those roles.
Sure. Well, it was a lot easier when she was younger, because, you know, babies are babies, like, you know, so going between, you know, work and home, that transition was a lot easier. Like I can be a, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, get your legs straight, and then go home and be like, you know, no problem. Like my explanation.
The code switch wasn't that
the
drastic.
code switch, no, but as she gets older, and as she's an athlete in the place that I work as well too, you know, it does get harder and it does get challenging. All the traveling, you know, that's very stressful. We travel a lot. You know, there's months where I'm only home, like, for example, January and February, March, like I'm probably home between coaching and traveling for her competitions. Like I was home twice 1 week, like between 2 to 3 months.
And she's with you the whole time pretty much.
And she's with us. Yes. If my competitions are, you know, a little bit further away and the dance team isn't coming, then, you know, she stays back with Paul. So that's, you know, that's not as stressful, but
does she enjoy traveling with you? She seems to enjoy traveling, I guess.
She likes it. I mean, it's a pain to be in the car for a long time, and Vivian is very vocal now, so it's
she's like, where the hell are we getting up out of here?
And like she's just discovering what it feels like to have like her body parts fall asleep, so she's not used to that. And this little girl be screeching.
Oh my God.
I'm like, I'm driving.
Calm down.
Oh my gosh. She's like, I can't feel my, you know. So that's, you know, whatever. She's, no, I know. I'm like, it's okay. You'll get used to the feeling of, you know, your body parts falling asleep. But I am tired. And I am exhausted.
That brings me to my next question.
I am also, well, I'm transitioning. I'm not, next season, I'm not going to be coaching as many teams. I'm committing to, you know, I started at 4 teams. I moved back to 3. Now I'm taking it to 2.
Because she's getting older?
She's getting older and needs like the energy that I've been putting into my athletes, you know, it's a lot. Like being a coach is very, you know, it's emotional. And, you know, as Vivi's getting older, some of that energy and some of those emotions, you know, Vivi deserves that first. So I can't be running around here doing everything. So just transitioning into more roles that are flexible and don't require so much travel. But still in the same industry. I'm coaching, she's still going to be dancing.
Yeah.
I'm coaching 2 teams. That's fine. I won't be traveling as much. And yeah,
That's
making
awesome.
making more time for her, because I love going to these competitions as a parent. I love going as a coach as well, because we be slaying. But I like going as a parent because I wanted, it's fun getting to coach Vivian in that sense and be a mentor to her as well in that
Be
sense.
there for her.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of cool because like she's loving me as a mom, and then she's also loving me as a coach. And I love that. That's key.
That's one of the most powerful things. Like, I think
Yeah.
I was talking yesterday.
Or a mentor, like, or something other than,
Yeah.
oh, that's, my mom's not just a mom. My mom is a mom to many. My mom is, my mentor. My mom is my coach. Like, I don't want to be invasive in her life, of course. Like, she's gonna, have to figure a lot of stuff
I think that also
out by herself.
Something in the last podcast that I did, I was talking with another performing artist mom, and she's like a body mover and a dancer, and her daughter's showing interest, and she's performing and bringing her daughter along. And this is a very unique path, I think, to choose.
Yeah.
And she was saying that she feels like she wants to shift to make more space and accommodate her daughter, but she's also happy to show her daughter that she is a multifaceted,
Yes,
multi-dimensional human being,
yes,
being able to show up as a person.
Yeah.
Not just like, okay, I'm just mommy the nurturer. No,
Yeah.
I'm mommy. I have
Yes.
needs. Other people who rely on me, and I think that's important for like maybe well-rounded human beings who
I do too.
are going to understand that they too are well-rounded, multi-dimensional beings that have multiple levels and different kinds of needs.
Yeah.
And that's one of like, I think is like one, like part of the toolkit of being somebody that's grown up as particularly as a performing artist / parent / and then our particular intersection also of being Black mom and being multicultural mom, having all of those worlds, like be able to just be in the pot for the kid to pick and choose from, and just kind of like live in wherever they're feeling comfortable. I think it's a gift. I think it's a really potent gift, which is why we are here talking about our particular intersections in the world, because I think the more that we can empower girls that look like us, other kids that look like us and feel like having the experience parallel to what we've experienced, the more we can lift them up and empower them, I think we'll have a better world. Because at the end of the day, people with multicultural, multidimensional, and Black people, we just make different choices about how we feel about other people, how we treat other people. And we need
that part.
More people like us. We need to see more people like us in leadership roles. So I think this is kind of like why I'm charged to have these conversations, so I can get other people to share their experience of being in this world, having that experience.
Yeah.
So,
period.
Yeah. So,
for real.
2 more questions.
Okay.
One is, what kind of artist do you, now I can ask this especially because the last question, you're saying you're shifting, you're in another transition maybe to create more space for Vivi, or create more space even for yourself to be available in a different way.
Yeah.
If you envision yourself a year or 2 down the road, what kind of expression do you envision yourself having? Maybe if it's not all channeling, maybe if it's not all channeled to your kids that you're coaching in the gym, and maybe not Vivi, but for yourself as an artist, as a creative.
I want to see myself doing more choreography. Like, if we're talking business, I just really want to get into that. And I did get myself a couple of small little gigs
Good.
I told you I was trying to,
Yeah.
transition into traveling and maybe doing
Hmm.
choreography. Just another level of
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
industry. I'm getting older. I've been coaching for a really long time.
Yeah.
And normally, when you're coaching, like you hire outside choreographers. So I do get like when we're cleaning and when we're making, changes to routines, you do that. I do get to, express myself creatively that way.
Hmm.
But like I want more.
Hmm.
I want a routine start to finish. So work wise, artistically, that's where I'm trying to transition, and not just cheer, dance as well too. We have a lot of competitive dance studios, and dance studios aren't some dance studios are doing it right. I mean, they have their kids in like body fundamentals class. They're teaching their kids Pilates.
Yeah.
Okay, we're doing all this crazy stuff.
Functional
This is
training.
how you keep your body safe. Chelsea Vice actually has her does like that's her business.
Yeah.
She be traveling to different studios across the nation doing all that.
Yeah.
But like dance is so competitive now. It is. You're at a dance studio and it's a competition studio. Like that wasn't really how we grew up.
Hmm.
But like it is now. So like let me get into a dance studio and let me get a lyrical piece real quick.
Yeah.
Like
I see it.
let me,
I see that for you.
let me get into that cheer gym and let me give you a award winning routine.
Yeah.
Um I want that experience. So
Yeah.
I have been taking the steps. I got, like I said, I got a couple little small
Good.
things that I'm tapping my toes in.
Hmm.
Um and then just, continuing um, you know, continuing down that like that's
Yeah.
what I want to do.
That's
That's where
beautiful.
that's the
That's
plan. That is
great.
the plan. If we're like,
I
because I
see it.
gotta keep working. I'm a worker.
Happen.
I'm a worker. Like I'm a part. Like I'm a really I am a stay at home mom, and this like even well no I work full time, so I guess I'm a
Your
stay at home mom,
your
and
hours are just different. You're
yeah,
not like
they're
a nine
just
to
out.
five.
Yeah, no. I'm in the nighttime, and then during the day I'm working from home
While
um
she's in school.
while she's at school. So that's, I guess I said that because I'm at home. But
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter
You
what you do.
you are
Being a
working.
mom is a job.
Mom is a full-time
um
job. So basically
it
you have
is.
two
I
full-time
do
jobs.
have
Or three because you
two,
own your own
three.
home too.
Yes.
So you're also that's work.
Yes, it is. Three full-time jobs.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, last one.
so okay, let's get it.
So Sema
Ooh.
Konur writes a book and it's a
Oh.
how-to guide. It's a how-to guide.
Was this one of them questions?
It
I
was
don't
the
remember
last one
seeing it.
on the list.
Oh, the one I didn't read. I said
It's
she
the
won't
last
ask
one
nothing
on
down
the
here.
um if Sema Konur writes a how-to guide on motherhood, everything we've talked about, motherhood, artistry,
Sure.
being both, holding both worlds, holding all the worlds, how uh how to, and the title is The Art of blankety blank blank, whatever you want to say. What's the
Ooh,
book called? The Art of what?
the art of taking care of yourself.
Say it
and
again for the people at
and that's unreal. Like, and I would read that book. Like I would be writing it as a social experiment, so I could listen and live through that.
home.
And honestly, that's what it is. Like the art, like that is an art form.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
it's
fine.
just something. It's just, and it's also something that we forget once you fully,
What's
like
your little self-care thing you do? Because I know everybody
skincare.
skin.
You see this mug, honey?
I
You
know.
see the skin on this
Skin is
face.
skinning.
The skin will always skin. Like, because if I, it's 30 minutes a day. I don't care what kind of day it is.
Yeah.
I will do skincare and I will roll back into bed and cry. and sleep. I will do skincare, and I will go out about like just skincare. Like that's the thing. And also Kendra's here, well, was here in Pittsburgh visiting, and she got me onto I was just explaining to her I was looking for like something to like keep my hair moist. You know, my scalp is so dry after having children, well, a child. Your hair, like everything changes, right? So you also have to relearn your body in a different sense.
Which is even more for us as use our bodies for our work. So
on top of relearning how to walk.
Period.
So just skincare, spa, baths. I love a bath. I love soaking in a hot tub. I mean, I'm talking about burn your skin off hot bath with bubbles, Epsom salt, candles, a bath pillow, a bath bomb, and a little face mask. Like I like the water, you know, Scorpio, and just mom. Like mom took a lot of baths. So I think that's where I picked that up on. But those are things that, I mean, not the bathing, but like the face. Like I'll always do that.
Making sure you feel your
Yes.
best.
I also started trying to get dressed at like put on like clothes that are going to keep me moving. You know, and just
these are like listen,
doing my gluing up these brows. Let me glue these brows up. So let me glue the brows up. I'm going to glue them up.
Done, we are having a day.
Yes.
You will see this face.
Yes.
I did it.
Yes. If the brows are done, we having fun. Okay. Kermay was like, your brows are up and they stuck. I died.
Yeah.
So how the art of taking care of yourself. And I feel like that seems so cliche, but if you're a mom, you know, that ain't, that's
cliche.
That's real.
You know what?
That's
Every
real.
Day, that constant reminder. If I could actually make a banner and just have it on my wall, so I wake up. The art of taking care of myself. So I remember to do my
especially, you know, of course, especially, but I'm speaking as like, especially artists, especially, you know, Black or women of color artists like that, you know, because it's a lot. It's a lot. Yep.
Well, thank you, Samama.
Yes. Thanks for having me, and congrats, girl. Thesis is thesising. And let's get it. I'm excited to see the final products. And I'm excited to see if this little podcast does, you know, it might turn into something.
I'm like, you know, I'm not posting them raw like this. We're gonna do a little editing.
Sure.
And share bits, and then like hopefully pitch it as a pilot. So maybe be a profitable thing. I don't, you know, because I also am looking for new ways to channel my creativity that don't involve my body having to be in a venue at 10 p.m. When I'd rather be at home cuddling with my child. Facts. And I want to be able to perform still, and I think that, and that's so true. What do they the old attaché sounds cliche, but create the world you want to see. I mean, one thing that I look around and that I don't see are platforms, communities, support groups for Black performing artists that mother. So few grants, so few residencies, so few programs that actually work to support. I was going to die. Like, how awesome would it be if there was like actually like a line item for childcare that you could be working out, taking care of yourself.
Girl, yes, honey.
Or, you know what, just maintaining the life choice that you have and being a human and not having to feel like you have to choose. Offering, if you're booking gigs, make the people that are, you know, booking you pay for childcare. Period.
Period.
I'm taking notes.
Take notes. I told this to Kendra too.
Yeah, it's true.
I said the same thing. Like, let's go. You
Yeah,
need to be
so
offering
there
if
has
this
to be a
if this
way.
artist is a mother, childcare,
Yeah.
babe.
Yeah.
Stipends, honey. Stipends for many things.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's true.
And that shouldn't be so avant-garde, but you know,
No,
we
it's
live
literally not.
we live in United States where cis white males are doing the most.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. They aren't whole human beings
Mm,
for doing things.
doing the
now.
most.
But you know what? It's okay because we're gonna do it regardless.
Yeah,
We're
we
gonna do
are.
what we came here to do.
And yeah, exactly. So,
Mother,
yay, mother.
mother, mama,
Mother.
mommy, ma.
I love it. I love it. I love it. It's something. This is a thing, girl. This
It's
is
a
a thing.
movement. It's a
It
movement.
is.
Thank
It's
you
a
for
movement.
contributing.
Thank you
I
for
love you so
having
much.
me. I love you too.
Yeah. See you soon.
Yep. Bye.
Mwah.
Mwah.